What is going on, guys? It is Jay and I'm back with another one. Where am I today? I am, as you have seen from the thumbnail, I am here at the Sarah Hughes Brewery, but I'm going there, which is the Beacon Hotel, which is the pub which is attached to the brewery. It's the only pub that has the brewery, and you know, I'm looking forward to this. But a little bit about the brewery: it's been on site for 150 years. It is what I believe to be the last tower brewery, where at the top, if I point to it, at the top there is where the mashing takes place and the boiling then drops into a second bit for the boil. It then drops to this second floor once the boil has been done for a bit of a hop rest, before dropping down to the third floor for a for fermentation and packing into kegs. So let's go into the pub and let's show you around, and let's try their 3 beers that they do. So I've just sat down, lovely Victorian place. There are quite a few rooms in the bar. You know, I'm going to see if I get some footage of it later, but if I can't, I'm going to put an image here. The bar is in the middle, which I think is fantastic, really small. You know, they only have a few beers on, but what they do have is supposed to be fantastic. Like I said, from the Sarah Hughes Brewery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 3 beers, but I've accompanied it by, look at these, that for a cob, that looks fantastic. But the first one I've had is this one. This is their golden ale, and picture will come there. This is a 4% golden ale, so let's get into it and see what it's like. Got the biscuit flavour from the malt. Almost tastes quite honeycomby, a little bit fruity on the back end. That is a decent beer. Cheers. I'm going to enjoy this one. So that was the Pale Amber, and what did I think of it? Absolutely beautiful beer on cask. Yeah, look at the lacing on that glass. Absolutely immense. The flavours was very light biscuit, almost like honeycomb actually, and then towards the bottom it was more of a citrusy type, which is absolutely banging. But I'm going to the next one, so I'll be back. So I'm back, and I've come outside, getting a bit busy in there, so I've come outside to try the next beer. So now we are moving on to the 5% Surprise, which is here. It is a bitter. As I said, it's 5%. I'm looking forward to it again. If it's anything like the Pale Amber, then, you know, everyone keeps saying, have you tried this one? This is supposed to be the go-to. Let's go. very similar to the last one in terms of flavour, but because it's got that little bit more ABV, it is a little bit more fuller bodied. So again, a very decent drop. Slight honeycomb flavour to it, slight floral note / citrus at the end. I'm looking forward to this one. Hit the music. So what did I think about Surprise? Again, look at the lacing on that glass. Another beautiful beer by Sarah Hughes. Like I said originally, a bit same in flavour to the first one, but that extra bit of ABV gives you that little bit of extra depth and also gives you a little bit more body within the beer. That is fantastic. I am now going to go and get the third one. Let's go. And just walking back to the bar, the doors to the brewery are open, or some of them. Those are the stairs up to the next one, but that is what they brew the beers in. Look at that, that's amazing, isn't it? And once they've fermented the beers in there, it gets pushed into these things, and then this is where they get put into the barrels and the kegs. Look at that, it's fantastic. So I'm back with the third of the Sarah Hughes beers, and as you will see pop up here, it is this bad boy. Look at that for a colour. It is 6% ABV. I'm looking forward to this one. I've looked forward to all of them, right? But it's, you know, let's see what it's like. Give me those dark raisiny flavours. Let's go. That is an absolute banging mild. And with all of these beers, they're so lightly carbonated because they're cask. They're great for me. You know, I don't like things that are highly carbonated, so it's brilliant. That just drives the malts through. The malts are the winners. You know, they sing here. Yes, there is a bit of dark fruit going on, but the malts are the king with this beer. That is beautiful. I'm gonna go and enjoy it, so I'm gonna hit the music, you're gonna watch me drink it, and then I'm gonna make my way out, and I'll give you a few final thoughts on what I think of the Sarah Hughes beers at the Beacon Hotel. So I was going to go outside to give you my final thoughts, but I'm just going to do it here because I've just finished this. And look at the lacing again. I've said this every pint. Look at the lacing on this glass. It is amazing. But that beer is the best out of the three. Excuse the sound. But like I said, that beer is the best out of the three. The darkness, it's rich, it's malty, it gives way to some sweety plumness, and I'm going to say sweety plumness towards the end. But all of these beers, there's been no bitterness at all, or next to no bitterness, which are absolutely fantastic for me. And you know, £4 in this day and age for a 6% Ruby. I know where I'd like to be, here, all day, every day. I could drink that, I could get very messy on it, but I'm not going to. Obviously, you know, this place is, you know, it's old, it's a Victorian brewery. Like I said, you've got the 1, 2, 3 steps of brewing. Inside still gives that old charm of the Victorian era. And the beers, they are not going to be for everyone. There are people on this channel who watch this channel who will not appreciate this in any way, shape or form. But if you like your trad beers, casked beautifulness, don't know if that makes sense, this is a place that you need to come to. It really is. They've got the 3 beers on that I have tried. They have a cider, a guest cider, and they have a guest lager. That is it. You don't get a lot of options, like, you know, in some pubs you get 50 million options, but that gives it its charm as well, you know. I like this place, I really do, and I'm going to be coming back. It's been on my doorstep for years. I've only been here, you know, this is the 2nd time I've been here, and it's been on my doorstep, but I'm going to be coming here a lot because that beer is fantastic. But guys, that has been another one. Drop me a comment of you being here. Have you tried any Sarah Hughes beers? What do you think? If you've made it this far, drop me a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. I can't give you a cheers because I've drank it all. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all on the next one.